Hello again everyone, and welcome back again for another video. Today we're going to take a look at a more cheaper, obscure case, the DIYPC DIY-S07 case. I just got this in the mail today. I'm going to unbox it. I'm not going to bore you with the unboxing video, but let me cut here to the screen for a second and let's talk about why I chose this case. So to start out with, what I was looking for actually was the lowest priced ATX case that offered the most airflow potential for a modern look. And so what I did is I sorted out on Newegg looking for ATX, and you can see all the selections I made here. And then I clicked apply, and then I sorted them by lowest price. Like I said, I'm looking for something that gives me decent airflow. Now I can see from the first four up on top here on the screen, they have 5 1/4 inch bays. They're kind of old looking, probably about 10-year-old looking. And then we can get to something that a little more in our price range, I guess, for airflow. So what we see here, the lowest price one is the DIYPC, that one, and the Zeta. That one's got an RGB, and of course SAMA. So I decided to go with this one because, well, it's the lowest price, and it does have, if we look on the front here on the right hand side of the screen, we can see that front mesh looking grill there. That tells us that we can get some fans flowing in there for some good airflow. But let's take a look at that for a minute here real quick, guys. Something I want to point out. Well, first of all, let's get to this, to the front, because I'm going to take the front off here in a second. It shows you got the USB 3.0, 2.0 and audio ports, and of course, you know, your power and your reset button. Looking at the inside here at this picture, before we get to the case, you can see it's got a plexiglass, you know, acrylic glass window here that screws on, and then right in here is where the hard drive mounts. Now I'm gonna have to pull that out. I'm telling you that right now before we get to the live scene here, and I'll show you this. But yeah, this really kind of blocks the airflow that I want to make through this case. So I'm absolutely going to take that out. And then right here you can see where our fans mount in the back. We got one fan there. It looks like it's probably going to be a 92mm max. This is an 80mm that comes with it. Of course, we're going to pull that out. And then right up here, we can see, before I show you this, according to the pictures, the power supply is only going to mount one way. And I can't tell until I grab a power supply off the shelf, but I think that's going to be fan side up. I think with a case like this, and the airflow that it offers, if you're going to mount the power supply up on top, I think they should at least give you that option to mount the power supply with the fan side down, so you could suck up the hot air and exhaust it out there with the power supply. That would be my preference, but we'll see how that positions in here when I get back to the live video. But I'm just doing this pre-recording here to show you this case. So yeah. See right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 mounts. That's what I'm going to focus on to see how that works out. Otherwise, it's pretty typical ATX. You know, there's your rear I/O and what have you. Comes with your typical bag of screws, case speaker, even, yay them. But let's get back to the live here, and I'll take a look at this thing a little up closer. So I disassembled the case and tore all the sides apart, the front, back, and what have you here. And I installed the power supply in because, like I said before, it only went one way, and I wanted to be sure which way this power supply went. So as you can see, oops, slipped the camera there. As you can see, the fan is going to be an exhaust. So I like that. I really do. I was kind of worried that the fan side here was going to be this way up on top here, which wouldn't really be optimal when running a CPU in here, because all that heat would just collect in here if you didn't have some kind of fan exhausting it out. That puts a little more pressure on your power supply, but you know what, don't worry about it. For the amount of heat that it's going to pump out extra compared to what it normally does, it's probably not going to be an issue as long as you got some good airflow coming in from your front here. But before we get to the front, let's look at the back. I measured that, and yeah, it's 92 millimeters. There's a Noctua 92 millimeter fan right there, and as you can see, the holes line up, so we can definitely change out that 80 millimeter here for a 92 millimeter, which I am going to do. I just gotta go to the shelf there and pick one off there, but so I'm gonna pull this piece of shit out. What is this? It's a look at that, it's a Molex. It's not even a 3-pin, it's a Molex. Really, yeah, get rid of that garbage. Next, let's look at this. Right here, I don't know if we can get this on camera. Let's see if I can adjust my light a little bit. Get in there. Nope. Hold on, let me pause this a second. I'm going to adjust my light. Okay, there. Now I can show you this. Right here is where the hard drive mounts. See this little flap right here would be the bottom of the hard drive, and then right here there's a little screw that gets screwed into, and then right here there's a little screws for like the side of the hard drive. So that's actually gonna block off airflow if you have fans in the front here. And let's look at right down here at the bottom of this. You could actually mount another hard drive right there, right on the bottom. If you're going to put a hard drive in here, this is where I would suggest you put it, is right here, right on the bottom. Don't put it on here. Take this shit, and I'm going to show you this here. Let me flip this around here real fast. This thing is so light, and it's so small, too. Let's back up here a bit. This thing is just tiny. It's only, I think it was like 16 inches high. Then there's a foot right there. And we've got a right about there. Another, what, 5 inches there. So yeah, it's pretty tiny. But anyways, yeah, look at this right here where your fans would mount. I mean, you can see the holes right there for your fans to mount, but it's all blocked off by this shit. But they kind of cut it out. I don't know if we can get this on camera. They're kind of made so that you can, like, you know, bend them back and forth and poke them all out, which I'm going to do, but then they kind of leave an edge. So I guess the first thing I'm going to have to do before I do any kind of building of this case is I'm going to have to take my Dremel to it and just get this shit completely out of here. I probably don't need the Dremel. I could probably just take a pair of needle nose or whatever and bend these back and forth. Whoops, it's pretty soft, but I want to make it nice and smooth because I want to open this up for some nice airflow to go into it. And it says you can get 3 fans, and obviously you can, but you can see this case. This is kind of funny. You can tell it was an older model, that something that had like the 5 1/4 inch bays right up here. They just kind of took the whole case and slapped on a new front on it and slapped on a side of acrylic and called it good, I guess. But we're gonna see if we can make the most of this cheap $35 Newegg case here, guys. And you know what, I think I might see how much I can stuff into it. Let's look at this back here. This is the PCI. I think my battery's going dead in there. PCI things right here. These are all, of course, you got to bend them back and break them away, and they don't give you any extras. Well, they give you this one right here that would cover up the top one. But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I might just see what I can stuff in here, just for fun. This is, like I said, this is kind of a small ATX case. It's so cheap, but I don't know. I bet I can make this pretty cool looking. Obviously, I can't go overboard on RGB. I mean, I guess I could put some in the front there, maybe something up on top. I don't know of any really decent 92 or 80 millimeter RGB for there, so I'll probably skip that. But yeah, I bet you there's other things I could do to make this $35 case look pretty badass. So we'll end this overview right now, guys. No, actually we won't. I'm cutting way too soon here because I'm not talking about the back. Sorry. I tried to cop out of my video way too quick. But anyways, on the back here, if you're gonna do like cable extensions, there's like no room at all. Look at this. The back thing for it, the back panel for it, it kind of sticks out a little bit. I suppose maybe you could do some cable extensions if you try. I guess I'm gonna try. What the hell? Why not? I'll try. I'm gonna see what I can get out of this case. This right here where it recesses in, it's a little bit deeper than what it is here, but still, this is like a joke. That's a joke. I mean, yeah, maybe I can get extensions in here. Boy, that's gonna be fun to try though. But and I noticed like right here, you would think there'd be like a little gap that you could get some cables through, but there isn't. So you could actually have to run your EPS from your power supply. Shit, this kind of sucks. So you're gonna have to run your EPS for your power supply from the top on over. You can't tuck it back unless you Dremel, and maybe I'll Dremel that. I don't know. I gotta think about that now that I'm seeing it with the power supply in and how that's gonna look. But let's see, if I Dremel it, I want enough just to stick some like oh, I think I got a thing of them down here. Maybe I don't. Some cable mod extensions in there, but that is such a small gap, and if I eat away into there with the Dremel, I'll actually probably end up having to tuck under the motherboard, so I might just skip the extensions. I don't know, but I'm gonna make something cool out of this case either way, guys. $35 bucks. Stay tuned. This is the end of this overview on this case for now. Probably maybe later in this week, you're going to see this case looking a little different than what it does now. And I don't know. Have a bunch of stuff stuffed inside, and we'll make it kind of a kick-ass $35 build. I'll see you guys later.